Hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy platform. So let's correct me PG myself Dr. Muskan Chaudhary and I will be your mentor for microbiology. So before starting today's topic, let me acknowledge you with Unacademy platform. Now as we know that the Unacademy is India's largest learning platform, and with it give the daily live class, daily test and quiz, and within which the student and the educator can interact with themselves, can ask their queries, can ask their doubts, the tips and tricks how to learn the topic, and can do the answer polling, that too within the happening in the same live class. And with the live test and quiz, the student can analyze his preparation and how far he is away from his destiny. So as we know, the MBBS is a cumulative study of for 19 subjects for 5.5 years, and to have the structured study and very smart study to complete the whole 19 subject is something that is needed by the every student to compete, to be in the race for the competition. And the biggest benefit is that the student can keep the recorded session, then watch the videos according to their comfortability, can watch the mostly the doctors who are at the periphery and who do not get sufficient of the time, so they can watch their videos according to their timing zone within the OPD shift, day shift and the night shift. Now talking about the NEET PG subscription, I will recommend you to have at least 1 to 2 year subscriptions. One year subscription for the students who are at interns and the post interns and the droppers and who want to improve their rank from the last year, and 8 to 9 months of period is something that is needed by every student. So, and 2 month subscription is mainly needed by the students who are doctors at the periphery and who are doing the day shift and the night shift, and 2 year time period is something that is needed for those doctors and who do not get sufficient of the time period within who are married and having the kids. For them at least 2 year subscription something that is needed, and I will recommend you to use please do use my code, that is Muskan, to get the 10% discount and on the PG subscription. So let's start today's topic. So the today's topic is a treponema, and so as we know, before starting the topic, okay, so Treponema pallidum is the human is a strict human pathogen, and it belongs to the class Spirochete family, and among the Spirochete family the human pathogens are Treponema, Borrelia and Leptospira. So these are the human pathogens from the Spirochete family. Now coming next to the disease that is caused by the Treponema pallidum, that is syphilis, and it is very important. The questions are asked from these questions from this topic. Now coming to the Treponema pallidum first. Now Treponema was first demonstrated by the Shorey and Hoffman, and it is gram-negative spiral with corkscrew motility. Also, the Treponema pallidum consists of 3 to 4 polar endoflagellates, that is 3 to 4 flagellates are present at one side, and it has a specific corkscrew motility, and 3 to 4 polar flagellates are present, and it is gram-negative spiral. Now the first strain, one more thing for the cultivation. They are non-cultivable on cell-free media. So in vitro test में they cannot be grown because they are non-cultivable on the cell-free media, but they can only grow on the rabbit testis and can be maintained within the rabbit testis. और जो पहला strain होता है that grow within the rabbit testis is Nicolis strain, that is Nicolis strain. So 3 to 4 endoflagellates होते हैं and corkscrew motility होती है. Cultivation that cannot be cultivated on the cell-free media, and therefore the in vitro in vitro cultivation is not possible for the Treponema pallidum, and the strain that first grows in the rabbit testes is called as the Nicolis strain. Now coming to the these were the pathogenic strains of the spirochete family. Also the from the Treponema family, the non-pathogenic strains also belong, but they are found in the oral cavity and genitourinary system. And for example, the example of non-pathogenic Treponema is Treponema phagodanens, and it is also known as the Ritter strain, and they can be grown on the cell-free medium. Although Treponema pallidum cannot be grown on the cell-free medium, but the Ritter strain can be grown on the cell-free medium. Now coming to the syphilis. Now syphilis is the one of the most ancient sexually transmitted disease, as we know this. Now transmission, it is mostly acquired by the sexual contact. However, also it can be acquired by the non-venereal modes, that is the direct contact with the blood transfusion, and from the mother to the neonates to the transplacental route during delivery. And before incubation period is variable, that is 9 to 90 days, and it is inversely proportional to the organism inoculated. ज़्यादा organism है तो incubation period कम होगा, organism कम है तो incubation period ज़्यादा होगा. So basically Treponema pallidum coxsackie motility होती है, and endoflagellates 3 to 4 endoflagellates are present. They can be grown on the cell-free medium, that is they cannot be grown, but they can be grown on the rabbit testes to maintain the Treponema pallidum concentration. And the first strain that grows on the rabbit testes is Nicolis strain. Apart from this non-pathogenic Treponema is Treponema phagodanens, that is the Ritter strain, and they can be grown on the cell-free medium. Now coming to the syphilis, if untreated, they are basic of 3 types, that is the primary syphilis, secondary syphilis, and tertiary syphilis. Apart from this, a latent syphilis is also present. Now coming to the primary syphilis, the first syphilis that occurs, the first time infection that occurs the non-infected individual is the primary syphilis, and the presentation is the primary chancre. We will see further. और जो incubation period होता है, as I told you, it is 9 to 90 days, 9 से 90 दिन. So 9 से 90 दिन with the primary syphilis, and then if not treated will result into secondary syphilis from 6 to 6 months, and 6 weeks to 6 months, और 10 से 30 साल from the secondary syphilis से tertiary syphilis if it is not treated. Now coming to for the first few years, as I told you, the incubation period is 9 to 90 days. For the first few years, no sign and symptoms are observed, and with the primary stage, the primary chancre, a primary sore, is found in the genital area, where in the inner part of the vagina of the woman, and the penis for the man. So chancre is what? Primary chancre is painless and will disappear without treatment, and so soon disappear. Now coming to the secondary stage में क्या होगा? Skin rash, rough and reddish brown spots on the palms. We'll see further कि secondary syphilis में क्या होता है? Skin पे rash होते हैं, कहाँ पे? Mainly on the palms and the bottom of the feet. So red, rough and reddish brown spots. So RR, that is rash, that is rough, red and reddish brown spots, and the mucocutaneous membrane lesion throughout the body will occur, but itching will not be present. It is important that itching will not be present, along with the fever, throat, headache, swollen glands, weight loss. So the important point to the primary syphilis is that the primary chancre will be present, that is painless, and in the secondary stage skin rash will be present along with the mucous membrane involvement, and we'll see that specific feature within secondary stage. In the tertiary syphilis, the blood vessels, cardiac, the whole systemic organs will be involved. Blood vessels, cardiac and nerve involvement will take place, which will result into the damage of the internal organs and will later cause the death. And the latent stage, symptoms disappears for few years, and then again the symptoms will reappear. Diagnosis is through the blood testing, and symptoms will relapse, and they will they will act as a carrier for the disease and will transmit the disease to other people. Now talking about the primary syphilis. So talking about the primary syphilis will present with the primary or hard chancre, but that will be painless. It is very specific that the chancre will be painless, and the most common site will be penis in males and labia in females. Now coming to the important feature, primary syphilis में एक तो chancre होगा, दूसरा क्या होगा, regional usually inguinal lymph node, they will be involved causing the inguinal lymph adenopathy. Also it will also be painless but firm and non-suppurative and often bilateral. If syphilis is acquired by the non-venereal mode, that is by non-sexual mode, सो अगर डायरेक्ट कॉन्टेक्ट से सिफिलिस हुआ है तो प्राइमरी chancre क्या होगा, एक्स्ट्रा जेनाइटल, विल नॉट बी प्रेजेंट ऑन द जेनाइटल्स. एंड अगर ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूजन से अगर सिफिलिस हुआ है तो प्राइमरी chancre विल नॉट अकर. सो बेसिकली प्राइमरी सिफिलिस में प्राइमरी chancre होगा जो कि पेनलेस होगा, एंड इट इज पेनलेस इंड्यूरेटेड अल्सर दैट विल बी प्रेजेंट ऑन द पेनिस एंड द लेबिया ऑफ female, and along with that the associated inguinal lymph node, they will be present with the inguinal lymph adenopathy, and वो भी painless होंगे and non suppurative होंगे. and syphilis अगर non venereal mode से acquire हुआ है, so the they will be extragenital if it is acquired by the non sexual mode, and अगर blood transfusion से हुआ है तो chancre will not occur in case of the blood transfusion. So coming next, okay, so this is the primary chancre or hard chancre, but it is what, painless. So the painless red margins will be present and indurated ulcer along with regional lymph adenopathy, that is bilateral, and non-suppurative lymph adenopathy. So it is important. Primary chancre होगा bilateral, उसके साथ के lymph nodes भी they will be involved, but they will be non-suppurative lymph adenopathy, and this is the chancre. So coming to the secondary syphilis क्या होगा, primary syphilis का treatment नहीं हुआ, and because the primary syphilis जो chancre होता है पेशेंट को पता नहीं चलता कि क्या, and it usually resolves with the time, so he feels that the problem is gone, तो फिर secondary syphilis में convert हो जाएगा. और secondary syphilis कब होगा, 4 से 8 हफ्ते बाद, after the healing of the primary lesions. Okay, so primary syphilis will convert in a second, patient will move into the secondary syphilis after 4 to 8 weeks of healing of the primary lesion, and it is characterized by, as I told you कि skin पे rash होंगे, skin पे red rough rash होंगे, mostly on the palms and soles, हाथों पाँव पे, and along with that condylomata lata, that is mucocutaneous lesion. As I told you कि mucous membrane will be involved in secondary syphilis, skin mucus and mucus patch, superficial mucus erosions and generalized lymphadenopathy. In primary syphilis में क्या था कि primary chancre के साथ जो regional lymph nodes थे, only they were involved, that is regional lymph adenopathy जो कि bilateral था. लेकिन secondary syphilis में क्या होगा, generalized lymph adenopathy will be involved and rashes will be present on the palms and the sole, and the important feature is the condylomata lata, that is a mucocutaneous lesion. Now this is the secondary syphilis occurring after 4 to 8 weeks of primary syphilis after the disappearance of the primary chancre. So secondary syphilis, these are showing the plantar and the palmar rash, skin rash that are red brown and rough, present on the palm and the soles. Now coming to the secondary syphilis, इसके बाद localized or diffuse mucocutaneous lesion and generalized lymphadenopathy in the presence of the laboratory evidence. We have talked about mostly present with the macropapular rash and moist heaped up lesion, that is condylomata lata, are seen in the intertrigus area, that is बटक हो गया, intertrigus area, upper thigh and the lower area of the breast. Okay, so the mucus patch also occurs in the nasolabial folds and the mouth. Now the diagrams are showing the reddish rough skin rashes that are present palms and soles and on the back of the patient. Now moving next. Also one more thing, that these moist lesions of the condylomata lata, they may transmit the disease in efficient manner. Now coming to the latent syphilis. Now latent syphilis में क्या होता है, नाम से ही latent है. latent मतलब clinical symptoms तो present नहीं हुए, clinical manifestations तो present नहीं होंगे, लेकिन serology positive होगी syphilis के लिए, and the CSF findings will be normal with history of primary secondary syphilis in the past. So the patient will come with no clinical symptoms लेकिन serology positive, और past में भी उसको primary और secondary syphilis की history होगी. Now early latent infection, these are basically of two types, latent syphilis, that is of two types, one is early and another is late. Now what happens कि early latent syphilis क्या होता है, within first few years after infection of primary secondary syphilis, and late मतलब after the first year. if it occurs in within the 1 year तो early हो गया, और 1 साल बाद हो गया तो late हो गया. Now होता क्या है कि because the serology is positive in these patients, so they are infectious, so they are still infectious, transmitting the infection either by the bloodstream or in utero from the mother to baby, or if blood transfusion is done or blood is donated तो from bloodstream and in utero. Now latent syphilis में one of the following fates कि या तो क्या होगा कि persistent lifelong infection, the patient will be infected, act as the source of the infection for his whole life, and development of the late syphilis which is very rare, या फिर spontaneous cure with serological test negative, which is also very rare. So mostly what happens कि the patient will persist as a carrier for the syphilis and for the persistent lifelong infections. लेकिन latent से late infection जाने में latent से late syphilis जाने के chances कम है, और अपने आप ठीक होने के भी chances कम है. It will mostly act as the source of carrier and source of infection. So this is all about the latent syphilis कि एक तो clinical manifestations नहीं होंगे लेकिन blood में serology positive होगी, और दूसरा उसकी history होगी पुरानी syphilis की, और ये infection की तरह source of infection की तरह काम करेगा, माँ से बच्चे को जाएगा, फिर blood transfusion से infection either by the bloodstream or in the utero, and the fate we have already discussed. Now talking about the late or tertiary syphilis. Now talking about the late syphilis, 1/3 of the untreated patient will go into the tertiary syphilis. Now what is the important characteristic feature of the secondary? Every stage of the syphilis have their own characteristic feature. जैसे प्राइमरी में प्राइमरी शैंक्रे था या फिर हार्ड शैंक्रे था, सेकेंडरी में अपना कॉन्डाइलोमेटा लेटा था प्लस स्किन पे रैश थे, एंड नाउ टर्शरी में ग्यूमा which is granuloma tissue mass, local mass of the granuloma. So it is the specific for the late or या फिर tertiary syphilis. Now coming to the tertiary syphilis मतलब कि ज़्यादा एडवांस कर गई डिजीज़, तो क्या क्या होगा, प्राइमरी रीजनल लिम्फ नोड्स पहले इन्वॉल्व हो गए, उसके बाद जनरलाइज लिम्फ नोड्स वो इन्वॉल्व हो गए. अब बच्चा कार्डियोवास्कुलर सिस्टम, द सिस्टमिक बॉडी विल बी इन्वॉल्व, दैट इज कार्डियोवास्कुलर सिफिलिस. कार्डियोवास्कुलर सिस्टम विल बी इन्वॉल्व, दैट विल कॉज द aneurysm of the descending aorta and aortic regurgitation. so it will cause the aneurysm. And दिमाग बच गया, it will cause the neurosyphilis, that is invasion of the CNS within the first few weeks of the infection, but manifestation जो होंगे वो late develop, infection तो पहले ही हो जाएगा लेकिन appear manifestation जो होगी disease की that will be late. तो CNS serious lesion are also are called as the quaternary syphilis because the manifestation is late, so it is called as quaternary syphilis. Now what general paralysis of the in syphilis. Now paralysis of the nerve will take place syphilis में, क्योंकि न्यूरोसिफिलिस हो रहा है, नर्व का इन्वॉल्वमेंट भी हो रहा है, CNS का इन्वॉल्वमेंट भी हो रहा है. तो वन इज द टेबस डॉर्सलिस कॉजिंग द डीमाइलिनेशन ऑफ द पोस्टीरियर कॉलम, मेनिंजियल सिफिलिस कॉजिंग मेनिंजाइटिस, and meningovascular syphilis, that is vasculitis of arteries leading to the stroke, embolic stroke. Now late or tertiary syphilis में क्या gamma हुआ, that is local mass of the granuloma tissue, and 1/3 of patient will convert into the late or tertiary syphilis. Now cardiovascular syphilis में aneurysm हो जाएगा, neurosyphilis में mainly CNS का involvement हो जाएगा causing the tabus dorsalis, meningeal syphilis and meningovascular syphilis. Meningovascular मतलब vascular arteries will be involved causing vasculitis and later to the stroke. meningeal syphilis मतलब meningitis हो जाएगा, और tabus dorsal मतलब posterior कॉलम ट्रैक का डीमाइलेशन हो जाएगा. नाउ दिस इज द शोइंग द सिफिलिटिक डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द पोस्टीरियर कॉलम ट्रैक, दैट इज टेबस डॉर्सलिस, showing the destruction of posterior column tract, that is the whitened area. So basically this area. Now coming to the gamma, as we know that the tertiary syphilis present with the gamma humor, that is the it is a local collection of granuloma tissue which will further ulcerate. So this is showing the ulcerative lesion of gamma. Now coming to the congenital syphilis. Now okay, so we have talked about the now primary हो गया, secondary हो गया, latent हो गया, और हो गया tertiary and quaternary. Now talking about the congenital syphilis. सो द कॉन्जेनिटल सिफिलिस कब होगा, जब माँ से बच्चे को जाएगा. तो माँ से बच्चे को कब जाएगा, थ्रू द प्लेसेंटा. सो प्लेसेंटल ट्रांसमिशन में अकर एंड ड्यूरिंग एट एनी स्टेज. बट फीटल डैमेज कब होता है, मोस्टली आफ्टर 4th month ऑफ गेस्टेशन होता है. कॉन्जेनिटल इन्फेक्शन तो शुरू से हो सकता है, जैसे कि आफ्टर द मदर इज प्रेग्नेंट एंड थ्रू द प्लेसेंटा, जस्ट आफ्टर द प्लेसेंटा इज फॉर्म. सो द प्लेसेंटल में अकर एट एनी स्टेज ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी. लेकिन फीटल डैमेज होता है वो 4th month ऑफ गेस्टेशन के बाद ही होता है. So manifestations of syphilis include affected children are infectious, that is after they are born. They suffer from rhinitis, mucocutaneous lesion, bony changes, hepatosplenomegaly and lymphadenopathy, and interstitial keratitis. 8th nerve deafness causing bilateral knee effusion, that is Clutton's joints. We'll see what is Clutton's joints. Clutton's joints क्या होता है, जब symmetrical bone की swelling हो जाती है बच्चों में, that is the Clutton's joint, and it is symmetrical joint swelling within the children. And along with this the congenital syphilis, it is characterized by 3 things. One is interstitial keratitis, second is the 8th nerve deafness, and Clutton's joint. Now the residual stigmata may remain for the long time, such as Hutchinson teeth is notch, central incisors, mulberry molar, saddle nose and saber shines. Now we'll see what is Hutchinson's triad. in the next slide. So basically congenital syphilis placental transmission may occur during कोई भी stage, लेकिन after presentation the damage occurs after the 4th month of gestation, and the student they affected children are infections, and they will suffer from the rhinitis, mucocutaneous lesion, bony changes, and the characteristic features are interstitial keratitis, 8th nerve deafness, and Clutton's joint. That is the symmetrical joint swelling. Now congenital syphilis is also of two types. One is early and another is late. Now early presentation will present the baby will present with IGUR, hydrops fetalis, and as I told you, rhinitis, mucocutaneous skin lesion, condylomata lata. So these are the features of the early congenital syphilis. The baby will present with the intrauterine growth retardation, enlarged placenta, non-immune hydrops fetalis, superficial desquamation, maculopapular rash, pemphigus syphiliticus, condylomata. Now coming to the late congenital syphilis. Now what are the features of the late congenital syphilis? One is the Hutchinson triad, as I told you, that is interstitial keratitis हो गया, 8th nerve deafness हो गई, and Hutchinson's teeth. Now other manifestations will be saddle nose, frontal pausing, and Clutton's joint, that is the painless swelling of the symmetrical joints. So these will be the late congenital syphilis presentation. Now this is the Clutton's joint, that is the symmetrical swelling of both joints. Now this is showing the swelling. This is Clutton's joint. Now coming to the microscopy, one important is the dark ground microscopy. In the dark ground microscopy, background to color रहेगा, and the Treponema pallidum, the gram-negative spiral will appear white in the presence of the dark background, so it will help to differentiate. And in this, the Treponema pallidum will appear as flexible spirally coiled bacilli with tapering ends, and three types of motility may be present. One is the specific motility, that is corkscrew motility. Rotational, sometimes rotational with soft bending at midpoint, and flexion extension type. Okay, so direct fluorescent microscopic antibody staining for Treponema pallidum. Now other methods used for the staining for the Treponema pallidum microscopy. One is we have discussed, that is dark ground microscopy, and another is the direct fluorescent antibody staining for Treponema pallidum. So silver, another is the silver impregmentation method. In the silver impregmentation, two methods is present, that is एक तो लिवाडेटी स्टेन और दूसरा हो गया अपना फोंटेना स्टेन. Now in both the stain, चाहे लिवाडेटी स्टेन हो चाहे फोंटेना स्टेन हो, the Treponema pallidum will show the black appearance, and silver nitrate stain for blackening. That silver nitrate stain is used within the livadetti stain and fontana stain, and it will cause the blackening of the spirochetes in tissue sections. So the this Treponema will appear black. Now dark ground microscopy we have discussed, they will appear the spirally coiled bacilli, and that fluorescent antibody staining is used for the Treponema pallidum. For the and silver impregmentation method, जिसमें एक अपना livadetti stain and another is the fontana stain, and they both use a silver nitrate stain for blackening of the Treponema pallidum. So this is Treponema pallidum fluorescent microscopy. So as we have discussed, the fluorescent antibody staining is done for the Treponema pallidum. This is the fluorescent microscopy done for the Treponema pallidum, and this is the डार्क फील्ड माइक्रोस्कोपी एज आई टोल्ड कि जो बैकग्राउंड होगा दैट विल बी ब्लैक एंड द ट्रैपिनोमा पैलिडियम विल emerge as white gram negative spirals. Now this is the Fontana stain and the Trapinoma pallidum will appear black due to silver in fragmentation, for which we use silver nitrate stain that is used for blackening of the spirochete. This is Fontana stain. In both the this Fontana stain and Livadetti stain, silver nitrate stain is used for blackening of the Trapinoma pallidum. So the Trapinoma pallidum will appear as black. Okay, now culture, as I told you कि Trapinoma pallidum is non-cultivable and therefore it is maintained in rabbit testis. और जो पहला strain, the first strain grown in the rabbit testis is Nicholas strain. So pathogenic trapinomas cannot be grown in the artificial culture media but are maintained in the rabbit testis. However, non-pathogenic trapinoma, that is Ritter strain, they can be grown in Smith-Noguchi media. This is important to remember कि जो ट्रैपिनोमा पैलिडियम उसको तो हम कल्टिवेबल कल्चर नहीं कर सकते, बट दिस नॉन पैथोजेनिक ट्रैपिनोमा दे कैन बी कल्चर्ड इन द Smith-Noguchi media, that is they can be cultivable. Now coming to the methods for the laboratory methods that are used. Now non-trapinoma test and the trapinoma test. जो trapinoma test होते हैं वो specific होते हैं, while the non-trapinoma test are the non-specific, because we use the reagent antibody, that is the we see the test against the non-specific trapinoma antibody called as the reagent antibody present in the patient serum. It is non-specific. So non-trapinoma or non-specific test, standard test for the syphilis. Reagent antibodies are detected by using non-specific cardiolipin antigen derived for the bovine's heart. Now what we do is that antigen, for the antigen we use cardiolipin that is derived from the bovine's heart, and to which the lecithin and cholesterol is added, and then the patient serum is added, that is that present with the reagent antibody. So we use cardiolipin non-specific antigen that is derived from the bovine heart. Now what are the non-trapinomal tests that are non-specific tests are used? Number one is the Wassermann's test. Okay, so one test we use is the Wassermann test, and it is complement fixation test. Another test we use is the Kahn test, and it is tube flocation test. It is important to remember Wassermann test is complement fixation test and Kahn test is a tube flocation test, and it is a type of precipitation test. Now coming to the VDRL, we read further Venereal Disease Research Laboratory Test. The rest of them are the slide flocation test. So Wassermann test is complement fixation test, Kahn test tube flocation test हो गया, and whichever VDRL, RPR, USR and TRUST, all these are the slide flocation test. Now what is the difference between the VDRL and RPR? Now the RPR we use modified antigen that is coated with carbon particle and can seen by the naked eye because it has now been converted into macromole. So Wassermann test is complement fixation test, Kahn test is tube flocation test, and rest of the test are the slide floculation test. Now coming to the specific test or the treponemal test. Now specific antibodies are detected by using treponema pallidum antigens, while in the non-specific test, non-specific antibody, reagent antibody was reacted with the non-specific antigen, that is the cardiolipin antigen. Now coming to the specific test, that is treponema pallidum immobilization test, FTA-ABS, that is fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption test, TPA, TPIA, TPHA, TPPA, Western blot and enzyme immunoassay. Mostly the names are asked which are the specific tests and which are the non-specific tests. Apart from this, the polymerase chain reaction is used. Now coming to the VDRL test. Okay, now coming to the VDRL test. VDRL test is what? It is slide floculation test, that is a type of precipitation test. ना जो वीडियल एंटीजन वीडियल टेस्ट में जो हम एंटीजन यूज़ कर रहे हैं वही नॉन स्पेसिफिक कार्डियोलिपिन एंटीजन हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं, जो कि ऑक्स बॉबिन हार्ट से हमने लिया था. इसमें कोलेस्ट्रॉल एसिथिन हमने बाद में ऐड किया था. एंड दिस शुड बी यूज्ड विद इन द 24 आवर्स, विद इन 1 आवर शुड बी यूज्ड. ना फिर हमने उसके बाद लिया था पेशेंट सीरम. दिस वाज फॉर द एंटीजन प्रिपरेशन. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट द पेशेंट सीरम, हमने पेशेंट सीरम में क्या प्रेजेंट है? एंटीबॉडी प्रेजेंट है. तो पहले हमने पेशेंट सीरम को इनएक्टिवेट किया बाय हीटिंग एट 56 डिग्री सेल्सियस आधे घंटे के लिए टू रिमूव अदर नॉन स्पेसिफिक इनहिबिटर्स. तो पहले हमने एंटीजन लिया. एंटीजन कौन सा लिया? हमने नॉन स्पेसिफिक कार्डियोलिपिन एंटीजन लिया जिसमें कोलेस्ट्रॉल और लेसिथिन ऐड किया एंड विद इन द 24 आवर्स हमको यूज़ करना है. फिर हम पेशेंट का सीरम लिया जिसके हमको एंटीबॉडी देखनी है और हमने पेशेंट के सीरम को पहले हीट किया टू रिमूव द नॉन स्पेसिफिक इनहिबिटर्स. फिर हमने अब जस्ट सेकेंड, हमने एंटीजन ले लिया, हमने एंटीबॉडी ले लिया और नाउ द अब हमने क्या किया, जो पेशेंट का जो इनएक्टिवेटेड सीरम था, नाउ ड्रॉप ऑफ द इनएक्टिवेटेड सीरम इज मिक्सड विद द नॉन स्पेसिफिक VDR एंटीजन एंड द स्लाइड इज रोटेटेड. Okay, so when the slide is rotated, if the test will be positive, then large clumps will be present in the slide. So test will be positive when the large clump signifies the antigen antibody complex. ठीक है, तो हमने पहले एंटीजन लिया, नॉन स्पेसिफिक एंटीजन. एंटीजन के साथ हमने पेशेंट का सीरम मिलाया, दैट वाज इनएक्टिव, जिसमें हम पहले हमने हीट किया एंड द स्लाइड इज रोटेटेड. अगर यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड क्रिस्टल्स हैं, दैट मीन्स इट इज़ ओनली द VDR एंटीजन्स जो घूम रहे हैं, मतलब कि पेशेंट के सीरम में एंटीबॉडी नहीं है एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी को कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाने के लिए, इसलिए केवल यूनिफॉर्मली क्रिस्टल्स हैं जो घूम रहे हैं, दैट इज एंटीजन, दैट इज VDR नॉन स्पेसिफिक एंटीजन. लेकिन अगर क्लम्प्स बने, क्लम्प्स बने तो मतलब रिएक्शन हुआ है किसके बीच में? एंटीजन और एंटीबॉडी के बीच में. सो देयरफॉर द एंटीबॉडीज आर प्रेजेंट विद इन द ह्यूमन सीरम एंड द टेस्ट विल बी पॉजिटिव. Now coming to the उससे पहले coming to the false positive test. Now false positive non-treponemal test will be given by the 1% of the total population. और किन में? ये भी दो तरीके के होते हैं, that is acute and chronic. Now acute जो within the 6 month of disease and after 6 month. Now acute में measles, mumps, malaria, इन्फेक्शियस मोनोन्यूक्लियस, सब कुछ है हमसे. मीजल्स, मम्स, मलेरिया, इन्फेक्शियस मोनोन्यूक्लियस, या फिर प्रेगनेंसी, या फिर रिलैप्सिंग फीवर, या फिर HIV. और क्रॉनिक में क्या? SLE, जो क्रॉनिक ग्रैनुलोमेटस इन्फेक्शन है उससे आ जाएगा. SLE हो गया, लेप्रेसी हो गया, मेलिग्नेंसी हो गया, जो क्रॉनिक कंडीशंस हैं वो सारी हो गई, या फिर सीवियर कोलेजन डिसऑर्डर. So false positive is given by the 1% of the total population. So acute हो गया, chronic हो गया, acute within 1 hour, chronic within 6 months and chronic after 6 months. Acute में सारे M से हो गए, measles हो गया, mumps हो गया, malaria हो गया, infectious mononucleosis हो गया, apart from this pregnancy हो गया, HIV हो गया, and chronic में chronic granulomatous infections like SLE हो गया, leprosy हो गया, malignancy हो गया, या फिर severe collagen disorders हो गए. Now what is the advantage of the non-treponemal test? Okay, so what is the advantage of the non-treponemal test? Advantage ये होगा कि एक तो monitoring for the response of the treatment, monitoring कर सकते हैं. Other than this, the VDRL antigen can react with the also react with the CSF antibody. तो neurosyphilis के लिए sensitive है. So it is among the non-venereal test, VDRL is the specific for CSF, that is neurosyphilis. So जितने भी non-treponemal test हमने देखा, RPR, VDRL वगैरह, तो VDRL is the specific for the CSF among the non-treponemal. Now coming to the reagent antibody becomes detectable at 7 to 10 days after appearance of primary chancre, and sensitivity of the non-treponemal vary करती है. Primary syphilis है तो sensitivity 75 to 85, अगर secondary है तो 100% sensitivity है, और tertiary है तो 95 to 98. जबकि treponemal test के लिए, for the treponemal test in the primary syphilis the sensitivity is 80 to 85. सेकेंडरी सिफिलिस तो दोनों जगह 100% सेंसिटिविटी है, चाहे ट्रोपेनोमल टेस्ट हो चाहे नॉन ट्रोपेनोमल टेस्ट हो. एंड दिस फॉर द टर्शरी मोर देन 95, एंड दिस in the late, this is for the latent stage. In tertiary stage it is about 70 to 73%. So basically troponemal test is more sensitive, चाहे वो प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी या टर्शरी स्टेज हो, किसी भी स्टेज पे ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव होना भी चाहिए, बिकॉज मोर स्पेसिफिक कंपेयर टू द नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट, क्योंकि वहाँ पे नॉन स्पेसिफिक VDRL एंटीजन हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं, कार्डियोलिपिन एंटीजन दैट इज़ यूज्ड. नाउ कमिंग, दिस इज शोइंग द VDRL. एज आई टोल्ड यू कि अगर ना स्ट्रांगली रिएक्टिव है, मतलब क्लम्प्स बन रहे हैं. क्लम्प्स किसके बन रहे हैं? एंटीजन और एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स के क्लम्प्स बन रहे हैं. वीकली रिएक्टिव है तो क्लम्प्स के साथ, एज यू कैन सी क्लम्प्स तो हैं ही हैं, साथ में कुछ यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड भी है. वो यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड क्या है? VDRL एंटीजन है जो अकेला घूम रहा है, क्योंकि सीरम में एंटीबॉडी प्रेजेंट नहीं है, एंड दिस इज द नॉन रिएक्टिव. सो दिस इज द VDRL किट. Now coming to the disadvantage क्या हुए नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट के? Coming to the disadvantage, number one is that 1% of the cases will present with the biological false positive reactions. Now what is biological false positive reaction is that defined as a positive non-treponemal test विथ, जबकि बायोलॉजिकल फॉल्स पॉजिटिव रिएक्शन मतलब कि नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट तो पॉजिटिव है, लेकिन जो ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट है वो ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक है, दैट इज़ नेगेटिव, एंड इट इज़ नॉट कॉज्ड बाय एनी टेक्निकल फॉल्ट और एनी क्लिनिकल फीचर्स. इट occurs in 1%, एंड इट इज़ बिकॉज कि क्या होता है कि जो नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट है इट डिटेक्ट्स द IgM एंटीबॉडी while the syphilis antibody is IgG. So it is biological false positive reaction is shown. Now other disadvantage is that false negative if antibody titer is high, or sensitivity of non-treponemal test, as I told you, is low in the late stage of syphilis and also in the very initial stage of the syphilis. Now screening test, non-treponemal test पहले हम screening के लिए use करेंगे, उसके लिए हम confirm करने के लिए we'll further use the treponemal test. So it is a one further extra step we have to do. So it is only used for the screening and not for the diagnostic purpose. उसके लिए तो अपन treponemal test use करते हैं. So non-treponemal tests are used as a screening test which should be confirmed by the treponemal test. If treponemal tests are positive, then it comes syphilis. It confirms syphilis, and if treponemal non-treponemal tests are found negative, it indicates the false positive non-treponemal test. And we have seen the false positive acute case हो गए, chronic case हो गए. Acute में for MM and chronic for the SLE, and chronic leprosy हो गया, malignancy हो गया, chronic collagen disorders हो गए. So what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is that biological false positive reactions, because the antibody react is against IgM, जबकि syphilis की antibody IgG होती है, और sensitivity कम होती है इसकी, specifically in the very initial stage of the syphilis and the late stages of syphilis. And screening जो होता है, it is used for the screening but not for the confirmation of the syphilis. तो हमको confirmation के लिए हमको treponemal test यूज़ करना पड़ेगा. तो it's for the 2 steps we have to do for the confirmation of the syphilis. और अगर treponemal test पॉजिटिव आया लेकिन नेगेटिव आया बट नॉन treponemal test पॉजिटिव आया, that it means the false positive reaction is shown. Now coming to the important one-liners for the syphilis. Now coming to the important one-liners of the syphilis. For the monitoring of the treatment, as I told you कि what is the advantage of the non-treponemal test, कि monitoring the treatment के लिए हम VDR use करते हैं. Also in every hospital we recommend the VTRL for monitoring the treatment. Also for the primary syphilis, most sensitive is the Western blot. As I told you that in the very initial stages of the syphilis, that is primary syphilis, the VDRL may be negative. So for the primary syphilis, the most sensitive is the Western blot. And secondary syphilis, as I told you कि secondary syphilis में दोनों जगह, चाहे वो ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट हो चाहे वो नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट हो, दोनों जगह 100% सेंसिटिव है. सो सेकेंडरी सिफिलिस ऑल द टेस्ट आर इक्वली सेंसिटिव. नाउ कमिंग टू द लेटेंट सिफिलिस, as I told you in the latent syphilis as well, the VDRL test will be negative due to the low titer of antibody. So all the treponemal tests are used for the latent syphilis. Only for the middle syphilis, that is secondary syphilis के लिए सारे टेस्ट सेंसिटिव है. प्राइमरी सिफिलिस के लिए भी हम VDRL नहीं यूज़ कर सकते हैं. That we use most sensitive Western blot, and for the tertiary, for the latent syphilis also we use treponemal test. For the late syphilis, the most sensitive is the FTA-ABS, and overall most specific is the Treponema pallidum heme agglutination. It is important to remember these one-liners. And the first test to be positive is also FTA-ABS, and which is the rapid VDRL. VDRL सबसे rapid है monitoring of the treatment के लिए, drug की monitoring के लिए भी हम यही देते हैं. अगर primary syphilis है तो western blot है, secondary syphilis है तो सारे test equally sensitive है, latent syphilis है तो सारे this treponemal test are sensitive, and the late syphilis the FTA fluorescent treponemal antibody is the most sensitive. And for the CNS, as I told you, the VDRL is the amongst the non-treponema is the most sensitive, and among the treponema is the FTA-ABS, क्योंकि जो CNS because the VDRL antigen reacts with the CNS antibody, so CNS के लिए VDRL non-treponemal में most sensitive है, और बाकी overall it is the FTA-ABS. and the first test to be positive वो भी FTA-ABS, late syphilis है वो भी FTA-ABS. Now coming to the treatment of the syphilis. Now coming to the treatment of the syphilis. Now as I told you that penicillin is the drug of choice for all the stages of the syphilis, and for the primary syphilis we gave single dose of penicillin. For the primary syphilis we give single dose of penicillin. For the secondary syphilis or for the CVS we give penicillin G along with the weekly for 3 weeks. And the neurosyphilis, so we use aqueous crystalline or procaine penicillin, that is for 10 to 14 days. Now what is the alternative drug that is used in the case of the penicillin allergy? अगर किसी को penicillin allergy हो, we cannot use the penicillin, so we use the tetracycline for the primary, secondary, latent, CVS और tertiary syphilis. लेकिन अगर neurosyphilis है या pregnancy है या HIV है तो desensitization to penicillin has to be done following पेनिसिलिन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. सो प्राइमरी सिफिलिस में सिंगल एक ही डोज देंगे पेनिसिलिन का. लेटेंट सिफिलिस है, प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी या फिर अर्ली लेटेंट है तो एक ही डोज देंगे. लेकिन अगर लेटेंट सिफिलिस है या फिर टर्शरी सिफिलिस है that is benign, so we'll use the single dose of penicillin weekly for 3 weeks. एंड अगर न्यूरोसिफिलिस है देन न्यूरोसिफिलिस के लिए विल एक्वस पेनिसिलिन और प्रोकेन पेनिसिलिन. एंड ऑल्टरनेटिव ड्रग फॉर द पेनिसिलिन एलर्जी इज व्हाट द टेट्रासाइक्लिन. नाउ वन मोर थिंग दैट द सीरोलॉजी in syphilis become positive after 14 days. Therefore in initial days the BDR test is negative. and जो सबसे पहला टेस्ट जो पॉजिटिव होता है सिफिलिस में that is FTA ABS. and also for the diagnosis of syphilis सबसे पहले हम स्क्रीनिंग ही करेंगे फिर डायग्नोसिस करेंगे. therefore first we do the screening with the non trapenormal test VTR or RPR and the confirmation is done by the this trapenormal test. Also for the for the non trapenormal test, that is for the non trapenormal test, four-fold antibody titer is used for VTRL positivity. Also what happens कि क्या होता है कि जो फोर टाइटर जो होता है 6 महीने में फर्स्ट 6 मंथ में फॉल हो जाता है एंड विद इन 1 ईयर इट डिसअपियर्स. इट शुड बिकम नेगेटिव विद इन 1 ईयर इन केस ऑफ द प्राइमरी सिफिलिस. ना जो फोर टाइटर्स है विद इन 6 महीने में पहले तो इट विल फॉल एंड विद इन 1 ईयर द titer will become negative in the case of the primary syphilis. And in case of the tertiary syphilis it should take about 5 years to become negative in case of the tertiary syphilis. Also the most sensitive of all tests is what? FTA ABS. अगर हम CNS की बात करें तो भी FTA ABS और अगर नॉन ट्रेपेनोमल फॉर CNS की बात करें तो VTRL. Now okay, so now revising the topic before we wrap up the session. Okay, so starting with the Treponema family, Spirochete family, the human pathogens that belong to Spirochete family are the Treponema, Borrelia and the Leptospiro. जिसमें से पहले बात करें सिफिलिस की, that is Treponema pallidum is the gram negative spiral and corkscrew appearance होता है, 2 to 3 endoflagellates present होते हैं तो 1 polar endoflagellate is present. Treponema pallidum को cultivate करना possible नहीं है. It is maintained, therefore maintained the rabbit testis, and the first strain that is maintained the rabbit testis is Nicolis strain, that is in the maintain the rabbit. Now coming to the non-pathogenic Treponema, they can be cultivated and they will be these strains are the known as a retur strain. Now transmission mostly sexual होता है लेकिन non-sexual भी होता है. Non-sexual in case of the mother to the baby and वो blood transfusion या फिर direct contact. Incubation period 9 से 90 दिन होता है and it is inversely proportional to the organism that is inoculated. Now coming to the syphilis, if untreated it will result into the primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary for first 10 to 90 days, secondary from primary from 6 weeks to 6 month incubation period, and this tertiary syphilis 10 to 30 years after the primary period of latency. Now coming to the primary syphilis में primary chancre होगा जो कि hard होगा, जो कि painless होगा और most common site होगा genitals, that is penis and the cervix or labia in the females. Now coming to the regional lymphadenopathy, The regional lymphadenopathy along with the genitals, the regional lymph nodes will be involved, that will be painless, and the non suppurative होंगे और bilateral involve होंगे. अगर non sexual contact से transmission हुआ है, अगर transmission by the direct contact हुआ तो extragenitals involve नहीं होंगे, and therefore usually primary chancre will be present on the fingers. और अगर blood transfusion से हुआ है तो प्राइमरी chancre होगा ही नहीं. दिस इज द प्राइमरी chancre showing the raised margin and showing the hard painless nodule, and it is non-exudative. Now coming to the secondary syphilis, 4 से 8 हफ्ते बाद होगा, और आफ्टर द हीलिंग ऑफ द प्राइमरी लीजन, और मेनली इसमें स्किन रैशेज होते हैं मोस्टली पाम्स और सॉल्स में, एंड इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स द कॉन्डाइलोमाटा, दैट इज द म्यूकोक्यूटेनियस लीजन्स होंगे, ओरल कैविटी में होंगे. नाउ कमिंग टू द लिम्फेडिनोपैथी, यहाँ पे जो लिम्फेडिनोपैथी वो जनरलाइज्ड होगी, नॉट लाइक द प्राइमरी सिफिलिस जिसमें this localized lymphadenopathy थी, वो bilateral. This is secondary syphilis showing the palmar and the plantar rash. This is the same rough red reddish brown rashes on the palm and the sole. नाउ द लेटेंट सिफिलिस में क्या होगा, क्लिनिकल मैनिफेस्टेशंस नहीं होंगे पेशेंट को, लेकिन उसकी सीरोलॉजी पॉजिटिव होगी और प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री होगी उसको प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी सिफिलिस की. सो दे विल एक्ट द सोर्स ऑफ द इन्फेक्शन टू द कम्युनिटी, और परसिस्टेंट लॉन्ग लाइफ इन्फेक्शन रहेगा. सो डेवलपमेंट ऑफ दिस पेशेंट इन द लेट सिफिलिस इज रेयर, एंड द स्पॉन्टेनियस क्योर भी बहुत रेयर होता है. नाउ कमिंग टू द लेट और टर्शरी सिफिलिस, द इंपॉर्टेंट इट इज फीचर्स ग्यूमा. नाउ इट इज localized mass of the granuloma tissue. Now involvement of the cardiovascular and neurosyphilis. The CNS lesions are also called as the quaternary syphilis, and इसमें tabulus dorsalis, meningeal syphilis and meningovascular सिफिलिस. मेनिंजोवैस्कुलर में वैस्कुलर आर्टरीज का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होगा, तो कॉजिंग द वैस्कुलाइटिस ऑफ द आर्टरीज. एंड टेबुलस डोर्सालिस में क्या होगा, डीमाइलेशन हो जाएगा पोस्टीरियर कॉलम ट्रैक्ट का, कॉजिंग द पैरालिसिस ऑफ द नर्व्स. एंड दिस इज द टेबुलस डोर्सालिस, दिस इज द अल्सरेटिव गमा. नाउ कमिंग टू द कॉन्जेनिटल सिफिलिस, प्लेसेंटल ट्रांसमिशन होगा कॉन्जेनिटल सिफिलिस का. फीटल डैमेज तो बहुत पहले हो जाता है, लेकिन जो प्रेजेंटेशन होगा ओनली आफ्टर द 4th month of gestation. Fetal damage occurs most after the 4th month of gestation. Now these are two types. One is the early congenital syphilis and the late congenital syphilis. Now early congenital syphilis में क्या होगा कि patient will present baby will present with the rhinitis, mucocutaneous lesions, bony changes, hepatosplenomegaly और lymphadenopathy. जबकि late congenital syphilis characterized by the interstitial keratitis, Hutchinson's triad, जिसमें interstitial keratitis हो गया, 8th nerve का involvement हो गया, और Clutton's joints हो गए, that is the bilateral swelling of the both joints. Now this is the early congenital syphilis presenting with the this IUGR and the condylomata हो गया, mucocutaneous lesions हो गए और rhinitis हो गए. The Hutchinson triads with Hutchinson teeth, interstitial keratin, 8th nerve deafness. Now this is the Clutton's joint. Clutton's joint मतलब bilateral swelling of the both symmetrical bilateral swelling. Now coming to the microscopy, diagram microscopy में जब background will be black and the organism will appear white, and spirally called bacilla with corkscrew motility, direct fluorescent antibody testing, and the organism will appear fluorescent. अब sliver impregmentation method, two methods are there. एक तो Livadetti stain and another is a Fontana stain, and वो silver stain use करते हैं. silver जहाँ पे stain करते हैं वो organism will appear black. So this is Treponema pallidum fluorescent microscopy, and this is the dark field microscopy, that is Treponema pallidum against the dark black background, and this is the Treponema pallidum in Fontana's method, and this is again the Fontana stain showing the Treponema pallidum of black color. Now culture it is not possible to cannot be grown, therefore they are maintained in the rabbit testes, and however non-pathogenic strains can be cultivated and cultured in the Smith-Noguchi medium. Now coming to the non-treponemal test and treponemal test, Wassermann test, Kahn test हो गया, VDL, RPR, USR and TRUST, and the specific treponemal test कौन से हो गए, this TPI, FTA, ABS, TPA, TPHA, TPPA. So the names of these are important. Now coming to VDRL, VDRL में क्या करेंगे, पहले हम एंटीजन यूज़ करेंगे. एंटीजन इज द नॉन स्पेसिफिक कार्डियोलिपिड एंटीजन जिसमें कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेसिथिन एडिड किया जाता है. पेशेंट का सीरम विल बी यूज्ड फर्स्ट विल बी इनएक्टिवेटेड फॉर द परफॉर्मिंग द टेस्ट. फिर हम दिस विल बी रोटेटेड विद इन द स्लाइड. अगर क्लम्प्स बन रहे हैं तो मतलब कि रिएक्शन हुआ है एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी का, और अगर यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है तो मतलब वो सिर्फ एंटीजन है. कौन से? VTRL एंटीजन, जिनको रिएक्ट करने के लिए एंटीबॉडी नहीं मिला, एंड दे विल बी यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. नाउ एडवांटेज क्या है कि मॉनिटरिंग होता है ड्रग थेरेपी के लिए. और न्यूरोसिफिलिस में क्या होता है कि न्यूरोसिफिलिस फॉर द CNS मैनिफेस्टेशन, द CNS एंटीबॉडीज they can be also be detected because they also react with the VDRL antigen. So amongst the non-treponemal antigen, VDRL test is used. Sensitivity प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शरी वी हैव सीन कि प्राइमरी में नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल 74 to 85, इन द सेकेंडरी इट इज़ 100 एंड 70 to 73 इन द टर्शरी. नाउ स्ट्रांगली एक्टिव है तो क्लम्प्स बन जाएंगे किसके? एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन के. एंड VDRL इज प्रेसिपिटेशन टेस्ट और स्लाइड फ्लोक्यूलेशन टेस्ट. And this is the weakly positive along with the clumps uniformly distributed VDR antigens. एंड कमिंग टू द डिसएडवांटेज क्या? बायोलॉजिकल फॉल्स पॉजिटिव रिएक्शंस होंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि द VDR एंटीजन विल रिएक्ट विद द IgM एंटीबॉडी, जबकि सिफिलिस का एंटीबॉडी होता है IgG. सो इट प्रेजेंट इन द 1% केसेस. अलॉन्ग विद दिस सेंसिटिविटी होती है इन द वेरी इनिशियल डेज इज लो इनिशियल स्टेज एंड लेट स्टेज ऑफ सिफिलिस. एंड स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट इज यूज बट इट कैन नॉट बी यूज द डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट. डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट के लिए हमको ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट ही यूज़ करने पड़ते हैं. Now coming to the one-liners, important one-liners. आइडल टेस्ट जो होता है ट्रीटमेंट मॉनिटरिंग के लिए VDRL होता है. CNS में नॉन ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट सेंसिटिव भी VDRL होता है. रैपिड टेस्ट भी VDRL होता है. और जो सबसे फर्स्ट सेट टेस्ट सबसे पहले पॉजिटिव होता है वो होता है फ्लोरोसेंट टेस्ट एंटीबॉडी ABS. प्राइमरी सिफिलिस के लिए हम वेस्टर्न ब्लॉट यूज़ करेंगे. सेकेंडरी सिफिलिस के लिए सारे टेस्ट इक्वली सेंसिटिव हैं. लेटेंट सिफिलिस के लिए हम ऑल ट्रेपोनोमल टेस्ट यूज़ कर सकते हैं. लेट सिफिलिस के लिए हम FTA-ABS. FTA-ABS लेट सिफिलिस के लिए भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं. सबसे पहला टेस्ट जो पॉजिटिव हो रहा है वो भी FTA-ABS हो रहा है. CNS के लिए भी हम FTA-ABS यूज़ कर रहे हैं. Now coming to the treatment, as I told you, प्राइमरी सिफिलिस हो या सेकेंडरी सिफिलिस हो या फिर लेटेंट हो, अर्ली लेटेंट, सबके लिए हम पेनिसिलिन की एक डोज दैट इज सिंगल डोज ऑफ पेनिसिलिन G. जबकि लेट सिफिलिस है तो हम सिंगल डोज वीकली फॉर 3 weeks फॉर लेटेंट सिफिलिस और बेनाइन टर्शरी सिफिलिस. नाउ कमिंग टू द न्यूरोसिफिलिस के लिए हम दूसरा penicillin that is aqueous crystalline और procaine penicillin is used for 10 to 14 days. Now alternative drug, किसी को ड्रग एलर्जी है तो टेट्रासाइक्लिन यूज़ कर लेंगे. एंड न्यूरोसिफिलिस में प्रेगनेंसी और एसोसिएटेड HIV desensitization to penicillin has to be done following which after which the penicillin is administered. Okay, so thank you for today's session. I hope that you liked it. Please do use my code, that is Muskan, and you will get further 10% discount on the NEET subscription on the Unacademy platform. And if you think there's something that was missing in the topic, please you can comment down it below. And do have a good night's sleep, and before that study well. And if you are not working, then be safe at the home, and if you are working, then be safe at your workplace and work hard.